I was wondering what video to make today. Then I realized that my last PC build did really well, so I thought to myself, I'm gonna make another one. Then I said, I don't have enough time to make a new build, what do I do? So finally, I came to the conclusion that I could use the build I'm making from spare parts for my buddy. This is the BFF build. Right off the bat, the case is a DIY Mirage D1. It's surprisingly stylish and super cheap, but it lacks in features and is really a run-of-the-mill case. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done and it doesn't look bad sitting on your desk. It's not too crazy, but it really is just a standard case. If you want a black and yellow case, just grab this one. It's like 30 bucks, and it's not gonna break the bank, obviously, and it's just going to be there with the stuff in it, and it's not gonna be all crazy. One of the biggest things that I have a problem with in this case is that it's actually a very small case on the inside, and that really messes when you're trying to upgrade. I think the reason I got rid of this case is because I upgraded to an R9 390 and I couldn't fit it in it. Be aware of that if you're going to actually build this PC, because that is something worth looking out for. For the motherboard, I'm using the ASRock 980DE3. Now, the name's a lot longer than that, but let's just keep it short. There's not much to say about this motherboard. It has enough SATA ports, and it's nice form factor. It fits in the case with ease, and it really isn't anything that crazy, except that it's running the AMD AM3 Plus socket, which obviously means that I'm going to be using an FX series CPU. I also put 8 GB of RAM on this board, but that's besides the point. This motherboard is nice enough, but I actually stopped using this board a while ago because I ended up having problems with it. So be careful, and you might want to grab a different motherboard if you're going to build this PC, because there is problems with ASRock, and I haven't bought an ASRock board since this one, so I decided to kind of put this one back in this build, and I know it works, but I'm not going to use one personally again, so it's up to you, obviously. For storage, I grabbed a 500 GB hard drive from Seagate. It was like 30 bucks, and my friend won't be using this thing to play every game out there. He didn't need that much storage, and if he does, you can just put another hard drive in, because after all, it is a PC. For the CPU, I gave him my old FX 6300. Honestly, it's old, but it still runs some of the more popular games really well. It can handle GTA 5, and I played Overwatch with it for a while, and it had some nice frame rates, and it had some nice settings on it. And I think people don't give the CPU enough credit, but what can you really do? I like the CPU a lot, and I think it's actually really good for the price. For the video card here, I chose the GTX 750 Ti. You'll be surprised how well this card runs some of the nicer games. Granted, it's not maxing out every game, but you're still hitting like medium to high with 40 to 60 FPS. So I think it'll be fine for lower tier games to be playing, you know, League of Legends, CSGO, Overwatch, some of the Civ games, stuff like that. This card's fine for that, and even then it won't max out everything. It'll give you good frame rates, and it was only like $100, so I think it'll be all good. All this is being powered by a RAID Max XT Series 500 watt power supply. This thing's cheap and it does what I need it to do, which is my biggest concern. And at the end of the day, the power supply is a power supply, and that's that. You really can't change that. It's really all it needs to be doing is just power my CPU, my hard drive, and the RAM, and whatever else in the computer. 500 watts is plenty for this, and it's not like it needs to light up or anything. It doesn't need to do anything crazy. So I think this is fine for what I need it to do, and as long as it gets the job done, there's no problem here. Overall, this build cost me about $175 because a lot of the parts I had, they were in boxes from other builds that I created. And I think it'll be fine for games like League of Legends, CSGO, Overwatch, all that kind of stuff. And it's not a world beater, but what can you expect from a $200 computer, you know, $175 computer? It's not going to max out every game, but it's not going to be a bad computer that can't run anything. I think it's a sweet middle ground for old parts that I just had lying around. With that, my name has been Z-Star, and I'll see you guys in the next video.